On more than one occasion, I've asked myself, where am I? How did it all begin? And why here?
For thousands of years, ever since the Romans exploited Basque iron, these lands have always been famous for wealth and perseverance. Beech and oak forests, iron ore mines, fast-flowing waters, all the ingredients needed to make the iron that supplied empires and kingdoms. That iron also travelled with the ships departing from the best boat-building yards in Europe to sail all over the world. And 2 centuries ago, this became a vital part of the trade with Great Britain, the start of an intense relationship with Basque industry. And with those who are travelling and trading come ideas. It is then that another method of organisation in the workplace is found. The cooperative is discovered.
Why were those cooperatives so successfully implemented here? How were they maintained over time? Who and what was behind these ventures?
Don José María Arizmendi Arrieta arrived in Mondragón in late 1941 and found a post-war Mondragón divided and oppressed in many ways, and from the very start, he started working to change that reality. From the early days, it was clear the transformation of that reality had to be people-centric, and he strongly encouraged the education of the new generations. It is people who should desire or feel a need, becoming first-person stakeholders in the transformation of that reality. And this means promoting a responsible, socially aware person, willing to take on these challenges. In the context of this cooperative mindset, 19 entrepreneurs chose to start up a spring manufacturing business in a sector where at the time no other cooperative was working. A risky business which they put all their time and effort into. In May 1973, 19 workmates from the 4 factories currently making springs came up with the idea of starting a cooperative. We got it going, but then I was made redundant in September, and in solidarity the other colleagues told me, "Let's go ahead. We'll pay your salary until the cooperative is launched." That was that, and we all went ahead with it. The first 5 years were very hard for RPK, to the extent that in 1977, our then CEO, Sebastián Echeverría, a former Caja Laboral employee, the day before holidays, when we were all excited about going on holiday, but we had no money to pay our salaries or pay the suppliers, though we were happy to ask for a loan, it was then that Sebastián said, "No more loans." The fighter, our saviour. He said, "No more loans. Everybody back to work on the 6th, and whoever isn't here can come back and get what they're owed on the 31st. And that was the turning point for RPK, a successful cooperative. And we're proud of that, right, Nico? Of course, Luciano. Over the years, RPK has been increasing its output, focusing mainly on quality and R&D. At the same time, we have also diversified production, breaking into new markets and opening new manufacturing facilities all over the world. And equality between men and women has always been essential. Equality in professional relationships and employment rights by fostering the construction of a community based on values.
So what are these values? Can we still talk of values in a society ruled by the individual, A selfish society with a short-term vision?
RPK, as one of the 2,000 cooperatives existing in the Basque Country, has always aimed to leave behind a better society by focusing part of its effort on social responsibility. We are building the San Juan, and meanwhile, we're also reclaiming 16th century Basque seafaring technology, which was highly significant at the time. And we are doing so thanks to the help of companies and cooperatives such as RPK. And this work is enabling us to disseminate this history, both in the Basque Country and internationally. RPK proactively supports education, both by enabling professionals to engage in continuing professional development and by helping students to have a better future. We collaborate with women's sport to support equality for women in all spheres. We engage in action, enabling economic development in developing countries, using the cooperative model and organization as a key element. Not forgetting how we support our culture, the expressions of our history, the unique nature of our language, the entrepreneurial tradition of the Basque people.
Now I understand what I'm doing here. Where work means something more. It's about taking part in the management process. It's about commitment. And you? Where do you want to be?